I know you're expecting doom and gloom. Greg said he hates football, doesn't want to do a podcast intro, but I actually spent about 11 minutes this week thinking about the fact that the football season not only might actually happen, but might be interesting. And I am just dropping that bomb on Sean and Kyle right now because they are not expecting me to say anything like that. But what is going on, guys? There might be football soon, and it might not be terrible.
A positive Greg?
Yeah.
This
I know.
is
Well, this actually leads me perfectly into what I wanted to break to the guys here.
Reel them in. Reel them in.
And it's crazy. So I don't want to brag to anybody, but I've been reading a book.
Whoa.
It took a pandemic for me to start reading a book.
Did your power go out? What are the circumstances? Like you happen to have a candle and the power went out.
My power went out, and so I started burning books for fire. And then I was like, that one looks interesting. And I kept one. And I burned hundreds.
It was like in his hand being thrown in the fire. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I think I saw a swear word.
It's about a cat who wears a hat.
Oh, green eggs and ham.
Did you know there's ham in this book?
Guys, did you know there's a word for every letter of the alphabet? Zebra? Like, whoa, I'm glad I finished that.
There's 2 bluefish. 2. This book is crazy.
Okay. Enough about Kyle's illiteracy.
I'm going to read a quick passage from the book. I don't know if they're called passages. I don't know.
I want to gamble on how long it takes you to read I want to gamble on how long it takes you to read a passage.
I'm going to read it slow.
I know that.
So here's the quote. Even their pleasures are uneasy and made anxious by various fears, and at the very height of their rejoicing, the worrying thought steals over them, how long will this last? My reason for reading that and sweating profusely while trying not to stutter and mispronounce words is last year I spent the entire season of them being a decent football team and making the playoffs worrying if they're going to be bad this year. And this year, I'm not going to let it ruin my time. I'm going to just be happy that they might be good.
Wow.
What is going on?
Positive Greg, positive Kyle.
I think they're going to go 4-12, but I'm going to have fun.
But you're going to have fun with it.
I was going to turn to negative. I was just going to be like, I'm going to go be good. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And just be the new Kyle.
Yeah.
No, I thought long and hard, not very much, just till I read that part of that book that I was like, maybe I shouldn't worry about next year and if they're going to be bad, and I should just, whatever, week by week, if they're good, bad, then assess it, but not worry about it so much.
Are you going to tell us what fucking book it is?
It's Seneca on the shortness of life. Life is long if you know how to use it.
Okay.
It's only 112 pages. I don't want to make it sound like I'm out here getting a degree again.
That's a heavy book, though. Like, honestly, I was expecting it to be like, I don't know, something.
R.L.
Like
Stein.
or like something from the Twilight series. Like, I didn't think you would go from 0 to 60 like that.
This is a Goosebumps book?
No, those are scary.
Yeah, I didn't say that quote was actually a bat. A bat just said that in an R.L. Stein book.
Well, you did good. You're reading. You did good. Kyle.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So this is our season preview episode. What I said it before, I teased it earlier, but the Bills need to make the playoffs this year. It would be a disappointment if they don't. Let's not forget there's also an extra playoff spot up for grabs. 7 teams make it now instead of 6.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's getting, especially with the Bills this year, it's getting to that, like, the point in, like, hockey, like, more than half the teams in hockey make it, and if your team doesn't, they're not even average.
Yep.
So with football, with 7 teams making the playoffs, you should, like, an average team should make it, and this team should be better than average. 100% should be. There is no, like, maybe. They 100% should be, and if they're not, everyone gets fired.
I don't remember them adding that. So it's like an extra wild card team, obviously. So it won't matter what division you're in for you to contend for that last spot.
Correct.
And they just got rid of the bye. There's only one team with a bye now. Maybe I do remember hearing this now.
I think there's only one team with a bye.
I believe that's how it works.
So I only just decided that there might be a season. So I am definitely not caught up on everything, including not really knowing their schedule that well. But I agree that they should make the playoffs, especially now knowing there's an extra spot.
Okay, Greg, I'm going to say an NFL team, and you guess if the Bills play them or not.
Okay.
The Jets. No.
Yes, they play the Jets. They start against the Jets. I know that because they do every year, the Jets and the Patriots.
I totally forgot I want to talk about this. Now that it's completely over, I kind of missed the preseason. It was almost like, I know for so long the players don't want it and everyone was like, it's useless, but I kind of missed it. Maybe they could do like a shortened preseason or maybe shorter games, but I kind of liked the intro, like, oh my God, we're getting back in the swing of things with football.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Both preseason and Hard Knocks are my things that like gets me into football. And watching Hard Knocks this year, every ex-Bill player, I'm like, I miss that guy. I'm like Robert Woods, love that guy. Tyrod, love that guy.
I do not miss watching Jabron Hamden sling against like Spurgeon win for 4 quarters. No one misses the preseason.
I knew Sporgan though.
Did you? Is that his name, Sporgan, or is it Spurgeon?
I guess Sporgan. Kyle's not the only person reading fucking Twilight.
No,
Those are such young adult fiction names.
He was an actual quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. So, no, I don't miss the preseason at all. Like, there's that first game where, let's see how they do. But it was always so misleading, and it was always such bull crap, and you didn't want to watch it beyond the first quarter.
I know,
4
but
games
I
is just way too much.
I just missed watching it, I guess.
Okay.
And it kind of, like I said, it kind of got me. It was like the warm-up band. You go to see a band, and the 2 bands before them, you're like, whatever. They're kind of good.
Or you go to see a comedian. One of us 3 is before.
You have to sit through one of us 3 in order. First, you have to sit through me, and then you 2 guys come on, and by then they're just ready to leave.
That is the fun part of preseason football, is you get to go, this guy shouldn't be out there.
No.
Just like you do with a host.
That's right.
This guy's never going to go, this guy should not be doing this. I could do this.
Yeah.
I could do this.
That's right. This guy he's never getting his own special. He's never playing in the NFL.
We talk about him a lot.
I had pulled the schedule up.
Oh, did I miss 5 minutes of the podcast and we changed topics?
Yes. You what?
I was going to go on to Josh Allen expectations and what I could be nervous about. I know we've talked about him.
His inability to throw a football well?
Yes.
Is that okay?
So my thought process was, especially this year, I'm going to be a little bit hesitant about how I judge him. Either way, good or bad. My thought process was like, if he throws anywhere from like 18 to 22 touchdowns, I look at that as like, no, he hasn't gotten any better. It's the exact same guy. But if he throws like 23 to 29 throws now, I'm going to be like, that's a good step forward. But if he throws over 30, I'm going to be like, this whole season's a fluke. It's a one-off. So he's got to like fit this perfect little spot.
I think it's all about
me.
that completion percentage, right? Maybe it'd be nice to have a 300-yard game at some point. That would be fun.
Hey, don't say that to the Josh Allen fans. They don't give a shit about a 300-yard game.
I'm just saying it would be fun. It's not the be-all, end-all.
I think it would be fun, too, to watch a quarterback throw it all over the field.
I've decided, and especially since he's fun to watch, like the running does matter. I don't care if he never reaches 200 yards. If they win 10 games, I just don't care.
True.
They win a playoff game, maybe they got a chance. They almost beat Houston. They should have beat them. If 2 of the 2 guys didn't arrive at the quarterback at the exact same time to bounce off each other, and somehow Deshaun Watson gets off an amazing pass, yes, the Bills would have been in the next round of the playoffs. So I'll take that again next year with the chance that maybe Jerry Hughes does sack Deshaun Watson. So I don't care if he doesn't throw for 200 yards. And I don't expect the stats to be any different.
See, now
even with Diggs.
again, we got into this last year and probably the year before and every podcast ever, but I expect it because the great ones do it.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason
Exactly.
I expect it. You know, Patrick Mahomes, no one in their life says, you know, Patrick Mahomes only throws for 300 yards. Like, so why is our guy, it's okay for him to not reach it when all the best do? You got to have a reason.
He's not one of the best.
Well, I mean, besides that, I'm talking for his fans, Greg, not us.
Yeah. Okay. So you were talking to them, not us. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if he does do everything you're saying, like if he elevates, he could.
Yeah.
I think he goes for 300 in the first game. I don't want to go to the preview too fast. We're not going to the preview, but I think he goes for 300 in the first. I think they know it as well as we know it. And I think last year, don't you remember, Daboll started out with like 14 straight throws or something.
That was it.
And I think they do it again. I think they go nuts. And I think they try to get him to 300 yards just to fucking shut us up. Because they listen. They listen, Greg.
Yeah, they hate our podcast.
Daboll calls me when are you guys recording? I go, leave me alone, dude. 300 yards, then I'll let you come on the pod.
You would be so, yes, sir, please, sir, yes. And like we'd start recording when Kyle wouldn't even tell us he talked to Daboll. He'd be like, guys, I think the Bills go 16-0 and they have the best offense in the NFL.
I'd put on a 3-piece suit just to talk to him over Zoom. So, wins or not. I'd have a double Windsor. I don't even know how to do that.
What's the Bills prediction? I mean, normally I'm the highest here, so I'm going to set the bar high. I'm going 11-5. Setting it high. Kind of a tougher schedule. You know, we play Kansas City, San Fran,
Seattle.
I
just pulled it up. I'm now looking.
You know, the Rams could be back. That, you know, who knows what the Titans going to do. I think 11-5 is probably the upper echelon there.
It's a super stupid league. So like, you know, anything can kind of happen. Like you look at last season and even the Jets game, they were down 16-0. If the Jets kicker was better, they would have lost that game. And who knows what would have happened in the opener last year. That being said,
same thing with the Titans kicker.
Right. And the Jets probably won't be better this year. Maybe they will. New England won't be better this year. So you can get more excited about that, but the schedule's harder. So I'll say 7-9 just because they went 10. Everything went right that last year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not to say they're terrible, but it's a close league.
And I, to my memory, we didn't have any kind of major injuries last year. So who knows if that bug kind of, you know, hits us.
I just want to make sure you did say 7-9.
Yeah.
You didn't mean something else.
What do you mean?
That's crazy low. I think we just lost listeners. I don't know. Probably not after the shit I've said.
No one's listening.
Kyle, you going to come in right in between us?
No,
He's going to say 4-12.
I think, you know, conservative in nature, I think I'm going to go 9-7. I think I gave them the easy wins. You got the Jets twice, the Dolphins twice, the Raiders, the Broncos, the Chargers, and that I believe that's 9. And then, you know, the Titans are a toss-up. The Chiefs are done. I think the Rams game is a real toss-up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're that good. They weren't good last year, and they had everyone they have now. But, you know, games like that, like Greg said, it is one thing where you can go back. You know, we did it when they were bad. We went back every year and we're like, man, this fumble, that fumble. What was that one shitty running back we had for 1 year with Rex? I want to say that he fumbled in a KC game running into the end zone, and that would have scored. And I still remember people being like, if he didn't fight, his last name was Brown, I want to say.
I was going to say Shad Williams.
No, not that.
I'm trying to name random.
But so, you know, like people, I remember that season all year. People were like, if he didn't fumble, we would have been in the playoffs. So it is, you can look back and last year's team could have been 4-12, but they fucking weren't. So maybe, you know, this team got better. on paper, the team got better. It can't get worse.
I like the way the schedule starts, where we, especially with no preseason and how sloppy that first game could be, we play arguably one of the worst teams in the league, and then a bottom third team, and then we kind of graduate to the Rams, who are like maybe in the top third. So it's like it's a nice gradual progression.
I always just want the season to last long enough to be interesting. Like,
yep.
I don't care, whatever your record is going to be. Obviously, I want them to win every game, but like just start off 3-1 before you lose 5 straight. Just like at least make the games meaningful as long as possible.
Yeah, I do. Offside of the Bills here, this is a super exciting year. Aside from because COVID pandemic, anything could happen. Bullshit.
Oh, with how many people are dying, it's super exciting.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good.
This is like the last year of like the 2000s quarterbacks, right? Eli was done last year. Phillip Rivers is on a 1-year contract. Drew Brees is done after this year. It's kind of Tom Brady's on a different. I mean, obviously on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Big Ben has been talking about retirement for 5 straight years. It's weird that it's like coming. This could be the last year of those 2000s quarterbacks that ruled the league.
That's amazing. I don't even think I've even thought about that. Breeze was in the league before Rivers replaced Breeze. Because remember, Breeze was good for the Chargers and then got that. Everyone thought his shoulder was shot.
Yeah.
That's why the Chargers drafted him. Because he went to Miami.
And then he was really good.
Yeah.
But they drafted Phillip Rivers while he was bad.
Yeah.
And then the next year he got really good and then got even better. And then they decided to let him walk because he tore his rotator cuff.
So he's been in the league
He's been in the league a while. Yeah. But it's just crazy. It's like it's coming to – once they leave, like, I don't know. It's like watching your dad divorce your mom or something.
Oh, okay. Wow, this guy.
I was going to say leave the family. They're not dying. So that's why I didn't want to say die.
Yeah.
And
they'll be dead to me.
It's still nice that I feel like the AFC is a lot weaker than the NFC, which make things fun. I mean, you obviously have Kansas City, Baltimore, but like other than that, I mean, there's a couple teams that could go either way. Tennessee, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Colts and Chargers, you never know with. Patriots, who knows what's going on there. But like it mostly seems like a pretty kind of average conference.
Yeah, there's no, like the Colts. Rivers is just he couldn't even get the ball to the line. I can't believe he's still playing football. He looks shot.
I mean, but he did go to the Colts. If there was like one team with Frank Reich, that's where you want him. You don't want him ending his career in fucking Miami.
Yeah.
Although I also don't care. He was supposed to be on the Bills his entire career. Do you remember people fucking saying that his entire career? They're like, they could get him. Just trade for it.
Never once. I never heard that.
I heard it all the time. I don't know. I have a tweet of the, preseason. You guys want it?
There was no preseason.
I know, but before season. I don't know what to call it.
Preseason.
It's got nothing to do with preseason. It's just before the season.
Okay.
So this was tweeted out by the
Clarence. I got to get on Twitter.
This is the Clarence Mustangs Hockey at C Hockey 2011. I guess that's when they made this account, 2011. It says, contact any team player or parent ASAP to make sure you get one of your squares before they get sold out. The 2020-2021 Clarence Mustang Squirt Minor Buffalo Bills season pool, $50 a square. The best part about this is that it's like a 10-year. The players on the team are like 10 years old. Could you imagine someone contacting a 10-year-old and be like, "Hey, this is a Rick. Rick from East Aurora. I'd like a square." And the kid's like, I don't know what's happening right now. Give me squares.
How do you think Louis makes all his money?
So this account Kyle finds, I don't know where you get them. Like, this isn't even like you could, I guess you searched Buffalo Bills and got here. This poor hockey team just trying to raise some funds for their season in the midst of a pandemic Kyle picks on them. They have 3 followers and they're following 3 people. And now, like, the government's going to find out that they're doing a pull and find them, and it's all Kyle's fault.
I just find it funny that they said contact a player like
That
they're
is-
not 10 years old.
When you click the link, it goes to their Instagram page with the information, and underneath is all pictures of their players, and they all are like 8 years old.
That's what I mean.
And Vinny's trying to get their Venmo information.
I imagine some fat guy sweating in his basement who's like, I need to recoup this money or they're going to get my house.
They're gonna
Give me
take
the
my
numbers,
thumbs.
Brad. Give me the numbers,
I
Brad.
better get 7 and 7, you little piece of shit. And I'll strangle.
Connor, can you hook me up? I know you're gonna tell me no, but hook me up, Connor.
There are definitely 3 kids on the Clarence hockey team named Connor.
100%.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else you want to like pick on?
No, but
Okay.
I want to promote them. So go. They just tweeted this out 2 hours ago or something crazy. So go
Mustangs.
buy a square for the Clarence Squirts. Or
Well,
whatever
you know,
they are.
you know what I'd love before we get into the question game, previewing the Jets
Mustangs.
game. I would love some Kyle hot takes for the season because last year, if I remember correctly, you called yourself out on this, but you said like the Ravens are going to be bad, the 49ers are going to be bad. Like you were just kind of wrong across the board.
He
So
is much more well read this year.
That's true.
That's true. I do have some hot takes. I
Sweet.
think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go 8-8. That's my hot take for them. I don't think Tom Brady makes that big difference this year. I think the defense is still bad. I think the 49ers are going to be bad again. I think they're going to regress. I don't think they're that good. And even though Shanahan is one of the best coaches in the league, I think they regress with what's that guy? Who's their quarterback?
Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they regress.
Your hot take is that a team that almost won the Super Bowl is going
Yeah.
to be less. Okay.
Less, yeah. And I don't
That's
think
daring.
the Jaguars are going to be the worst team in the league.
Ooh.
That's
yeah.
a hot take.
Who do you
'cause they
think
will
is? The Jets?
The Jets are going to be close. I think the Jets are going to be real close. I have this sneaking suspicion that the Chargers are going to be real bad. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Hard Knocks pissed me off, but I think the Chargers are going to be bad.
Well, I
Yeah.
hope not. Love
Carolina.
Tyrod for life.
I will always root for Tyrod Taylor to do
Yeah.
well. So
I got no problem with Tyrod. I'm saying it's only a matter of time before they go to the rookie, and I think they're going to be bad. And they just lost one of their key defensemen for the whole year, Derwin James or whatever. I don't know. But I don't know, man. I'm just saying those are my spit takes. Cam Newton's on the Bills next year. I'll save that, though.
Jesus. But not Phillip Rivers, isn't he on his way here? Isn't that
Phillip
the-
Rivers is going to have 19 more kids now that he's in the Bible Belt. he was out there in liberal lands. I don't know where he lived before this, but now he's in the Bible Belt, and they're going to be like, more kids,
It's much more
more
fertile.
kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
should we move on to the question game?
Please, for the love of God, yes.
All right, today is Jersey on the line. The dearly departed Steven Hauschka.
Mm.
Get
He's not
your
bad. He just, yeah.
get yourself a Hauschka jersey. He had some good years for us, Kyle. Put that frown upside down. Come on. And question one, we'll start with Greg here. What number, Greg, is higher? Hauschka's field goal percentage last year or the Metacritic score of Madden 21?
Okay, what's Megacritic? Is that like an online rate video game site?
It does everything. It's like,
It's like
a
the Rotten Tomatoes
for everything.
for
Yes.
okay. I'll say for Madden, the newest one,
Newest Madden.
I'll say Hauschka because haters hate.
Okay.
Like
I like-
whenever a video comes out, game comes out like Madden, everyone just shits on it. So I'll say the
I
Hauschka.
like your
Well,
thinking. Kyle, what do you think?
This is where being a young buck like myself,
Mhm, yeah.
21 years old,
Yeah.
helps
Thanks.
me.
Thanks for wearing a shirt today.
No problem. I tried to wear as little shirt as possible.
I noticed. Yeah, you're teasing me.
I know Madden was trending on Twitter for being awful. So I'm going to go Hauschka.
Dang.
You're both right. It's Hauschka had a 78.6 last year,
And he got cut.
and he got cut. Madden scored a 63 out of 100.
Okay.
So yeah, Hauschka 78.6 last year, 78.6 the year before, and 87.9 in his first year. Pretty good.
Is that good?
Yeah, that was really good for 1 year. That's great.
I mean, yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. I mean,
It's bass season, baby. Bass or bass? I think it's bass.
It's bass. It's
It's
bass.
bass. I saw a picture shortly after we recorded
Of
our
a
last
fish with a
podcast.
red stripe through it
Yeah,
logo.
and I was
Yes.
like, I guess it's bass.
It's honestly, that's the only reason I know it's bass, because I saw
Yeah.
that stupid logo you're talking about. I haven't heard anyone say his name out loud. I just know the fish.
all right, question 2. We'll start with Kyle here. Kyle, what number is higher? Bills wins this century or UB wins this century plus 20?
Hmm.
UB was good for like a while, but then they were bad. I'm going to go UB.
Hmm.
Hang on, UB.
Oh, they play less games. Fuck. Whatever. UB.
Okay, Greg?
Yes, they played less games by like 5, so it's definitely the Bills.
Greg, you're right. It is the Bills. At 137, UB only had 83 wins in that time. They were so bad for so long. There were seasons they had like 1 win, 2 wins, 1 win.
In
used
the
to play-
whole 2000s?
In the whole 2000s, they had 83 wins.
They used to play like Canisius.
Yeah, and then so plus 20 is 103, so they're still
I went to Canisius.
right. Okay, question 3. We'll start with Greg here. Question 3 of 4. Greg, this
I'm
is
leading. Do you start with me? Yeah, you do need to, because how many questions are there?
there's 4 questions.
Okay.
So, but this is the question this has been years in the making, this question.
Okay.
Everyone wants to know. Closest gets it. How much money did Air Bud make at the worldwide box office?
Just the first one.
Just the first one.
Okay.
No choices. Just closest gets it.
Oh, wow. I mean, that they marketed that movie. I mean, like Space Buddies, you didn't see a commercial for, but Air Bud, there were commercials. So you got to talk about, it's got to be above $40 million. So my guess is going to be $47.3 million.
47.3.
I don't even know if that's a big number. I have no idea.
Can I ask a question?
No.
Maybe. You could ask. I might answer it.
What year did Air Bud come out?
I
Oh,
will
that's
not
fair.
answer that.
That's not fair.
It's not
Well,
fair.
how's that? It's got nothing to do with price.
Why do you need to know?
Yeah, then why do you need to know?
Because I need to know.
No, because then you'll know like what the economy was like then. You read a lot more now, so I don't want you knowing any more information.
The book I read before this was the U.S. economy in 1998 to 2004.
The U.S. economy and how it relates to Air Bud movies. That was the book you read
Worldwide,
before
huh,
this. No, answer
Sean?
the question.
Yeah,
Worldwide,
Oh, I didn't factor that in. Damn
136 million.
it. He won. He definitely. I was way off. Yes, Kyle. won.
No. Well, first of all, so Air Bud came out in '97. I don't know if that
Ooh.
changes anything with your guess.
Yeah, I want to change my answer. Then.
The Air Bud, I don't even think it was released in many other markets because it, according to the internet here, 27.8 million.
That's it.
That's it.
It's a dog that can play basketball, folks.
Was it football or basketball?
It's basketball.
First one was basketball.
Okay.
Did I say football?
No,
I said
I thought it was football. Yeah, you were
So-
right. I was right.
Oh, I'm sure at some point he could play basketball.
Greg with the commanding lead, but that's not going to
Ah.
stop us from having fun with this 4th question here.
Okay.
We'll start with you, Kyle. Who was the last non-QB on the cover of Madden? Is it Antonio Brown,
I know
Richard
this.
Sherman, Peyton Hillis, or Lee Smith?
What? That's the last non-quarterback.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what were the options aside from Lee Smith?
Antonio Brown, Richard Sherman, Peyton Hillis.
Antonio Brown.
Greg.
It's not. It's Peyton Hillis.
No, it's Antonio Brown. Yeah,
Damn it.
Antonio Brown 2 years ago. Kyle, it's not enough to catch up. Greg wins.
Damn.
Congratulations,
I
Greg.
want that.
I have that number 4 on my chest.
Yeah, I get that Stephen Hauschka jersey. This one's going to be my tiebreaker. See if any of you guys know it for shits and giggles here. You guys know the last Bills player to be on the cover of Madden, not as a Bill. We got him after.
If Greg's willing to put 2-1 odds, or not, 2-1 odds, whatever gets me the win.
Yeah, we'll do
I'll
that.
let you go first,
Let's
Greg.
put on the line. Oh, you're so nice. I'm going to give you the answer.
Well, then it doesn't matter. Then you win.
Oh, that's true, because we would both get his Terrell Owens.
Kyle?
Oh, shit. That's a good one. The last fuck. I was going to say Vince Young.
It is Vince Young.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
2008, Vince Young.
Fuck yeah. I thought Vince Young was like on 2005. I don't know when that guy
He might have been on NCAA in 2005. I'm serious. Like, I think he was. No, I'm serious. Like the NCAA one, he was on that.
And you know what, Greg? I don't know. I think you still get the jersey.
No, I lost.
I don't want it anyways. Hauschka sucks.
It's bass season.
It's bass season, baby.
I still have much love for Hauschka. I'm not as mean as Kyle, but you know what is ready for Kyle's meanness is this Jets preview. Kyle, what's your key to the game? How do we beat the Jets in Week 1?
It's easy. So I found this article about the Jets. Here's the article. Here's the title of the article. 31 NFL teams have figured out how to get players and coaches meeting in person. The Jets haven't even bothered. Okay, so the Jets have yet to have a meeting in person. No coaches and players.
Sounds like there's a bunch of Kyle who gives a shit people working there.
Yes, thank God. So that first off, how fucking bananas is that the coach is just like, we don't need to meet. I don't need you to understand what I'm saying. Just go in your room and look at the screen. And when I'm not looking, go on your phone. So here's how we beat the Jets. Pre-game, you know how the coaches do that stupid little thing where they meet at the 50 and they're like, you look good this year. Good team. The team could be 0-15. The coach would be like, you look good. Honestly, I mean, you have a great set of core players. Doesn't matter. So the coaches are going to meet up, right, before the game. Mm-hmm. Sean McDermott, after they leave, should just keep on requesting to meet them again, right, and to freak them out. Because clearly Adam Gase is still high out of his mind on whatever anxiety-riddled life he lives, and he doesn't want to meet anyone anymore. So if McDermott's just like constantly just like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Then they leave, go to, hey, Adam, let me talk to you for a minute. He's going to get all freaked out, and he's going to be like, I got to go in my office. And he's just going to try to coach from the office, and he's just going to be screaming at a TV. And that's how you beat him. You keep requesting to talk to him in person.
Boy, the rise and fall of Kyle in this podcast. Like, you're doing so well. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I don't know. Have you heard some of the Yo Mama jokes?
I was disappointed I didn't get more Yo Mama jokes.
That's for the Patriots preview.
But yeah, that's that. I mean, right? Half their team is hurt. Every time you log on to Twitter, it's another Jets player down. They're starting fucking Greg Bauk with the shin splints on,
hamstrings.
What?
Hamstring injury.
Hamstring injury.
Yeah.
Whatever you had surgery, the whole thing, screws in the knees.
And I'm still playing for the Jets.
And you're still out there, fourth wide receiver for the Jets, Wayne Corbett Bauk. And I don't see how the Jets.
One of my friends who's a Jets fan sent me a tweet a couple of days ago that the Jets currently have 4 healthy wide receivers, and one of them has been with the team for 1 day. That's pretty rough.
Good. That's good.
And because football's so stupid, they'll finish 10-6 and make the playoffs. Just because the league is just so stupid.
Do we think? Yeah. I brought it up earlier. Do we think this first game is going to be especially sloppy, or are we kind of like they're professionals? They'll figure it out.
I think a little bit of slop. I think it's going to be like little kids playing for at least the first quarter. I think they're going to be like, you went left. You're not even in the game. Like, why are you –
Kyle, a little bit of slop turner.
I think there's going to be a little bit of slop out there.
I do think that, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, and maybe this is because of the memories of the Rex Ryan era here. This coach doesn't have time for that. Like he doesn't. I don't think there are stones that get what is the phrase? No stone left unturned. Is
when
that
push comes to shove?
No, not that. Like I don't think he allows for inefficiencies in his game planning for it. Like everything I think is always like he's very organized and makes sure it's everything. So I don't see the Bills being sloppy. Maybe the Jets are tired for it. I don't know. They don't even talk to each other, according to Kyle's update. But like, yeah. So I would be surprised if the Bills were super sloppy, just knowing what I know about their coach. So
I also read an article that said Adam Gase thinks they should get Le'Veon Bell more involved in the passing game. And if I was a Jets fan, I'd be like, motherfucker, that's your job. That's all on you. Don't be like, yeah, I thought about it and we should. Like, that's on you, man. You call the plays.
Like he calls a pass play to a fullback, and then he's on the sideline. It's like, why don't they get Le'Veon Bell more involved in the passing?
It's like
I love
he's yelling. He's on a Jets message board on his phone.
This team's not well coached at all.
It's like me having a press conference. There should be more questions in the question game. Well, you can just do that. You just
yeah.
But they still have Sam Darnold. I mean, for all the shit we talk about Josh Allen, this is the defining year for all those quarterbacks from 2 years ago. Yeah. And they still got Sam Darnold. He gets a pass, though, right? Don't you think Sam Darnold kind of gets a pass because he's had Adam Gase?
Yeah. And a terrible line and just
So he has a pass.
Am I remembering it correctly? Last year he didn't play in the opener, did he?
No, he did.
Didn't he have mono? Was that 2 years ago?
No, he got mono after the game.
Yeah.
Oh. Because he was making out.
He's making out. Kyle sent over his some first ward girls and gave him mono.
That was Kyle's key to the game.
I'd like you to meet Claudia and Bianca.
You guys thought it was weird when last year for the season preview I said they need to give the entire Jets team mono.
Yeah.
And you guys were like, what an idiot.
Yeah.
Look at me now.
And it worked.
You're thinking of their linebacker got hurt halfway through the game, and that was
Mosley, that's right. And now he opted out of the season. Yeah, there we go. All right. Is that
so what's the score, Greg? What do you think the score is?
Fuck you, like predicting the score of a football game that's 2 weeks away. 6-3. That's what you get.
Don't think it's going to be sloppy.
No, it's going to be a tight, efficient 6-3 football game.
It's going to be the best 6-3 football game you ever watched. It's going to be
riveting every second. Yeah.
I'm going to say Bills 30-10.
It's going to be so well designed and executed that each offensive play is going to be perfectly matched by precision defense, and it's going to end 6-3.
That brings up an interesting question. How do you we should beat this team. Like if heaven forbid we lose, but say we win and it's close, is that annoying to you? Like if we win 9-3.
No, I mean a 9-3 would be annoying because it's they should be better than getting 9 points. Mm-hmm. If it's 31-30, I don't give a shit.
No, I couldn't even remember if the Jets had their starting quarterback in the opener last year. It doesn't matter as long as they win.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think the Bills do win 17-10. And Josh Allen goes for 300. I think he goes for 301, but I think he gets to 300.
What's the story behind your decorating?
Me or
Sean? A picture of the ocean because you were in the Navy, and then there's just this key. There's some symbolism there.
Is it? I gave him that. It's the key to my heart.
I think Dan Fisher drew that painting.
Oh, it's not it's a drawing?
Or maybe his mom drew it or something.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Okay. All right.
And then, the key we got I don't know, a key place.
Is that Terrell Owens Keys?
At a key store.
Key place.
Key place. Key City. Sorry, I derailed the end of the podcast. We shouldn't have even gone this far.
This one was a bit rough. If you're listening to this podcast and you made it this far,
you're not.
Give us another shot next week when we have something to talk about.
I'll try harder.
I like our new thing of apologizing at the end
There's
of the
no
podcast.
preseason game. And
Yeah.
we already stated 3 years ago, listen to our first podcast ever. We already stated we don't want to be the guys who are like, what do we think the wide receivers are going to look like this year? I don't care. I care about 3 things. Josh Allen proving you right or wrong. All right? Bill Belichick being ugly and Air Bud. Those are the 3 things I give a shit about. And the only things I want to fucking talk about.
I will say this: the receiver
4th thing,
position.
special teams.
Far be it from me to extend the podcast another second, which you know how painful this is for me. So obviously, I am intrigued and meant to bring this up and did not. And this goes against everything Kyle just said. Who makes the team as a wide receiver super interesting to me. Like you have Beasley, Brown, and Diggs, and they're the 3 no matter what. But like that 4th wide receiver is interesting to me because my favorite team growing up was the Oilers, and they were the only other team that wasn't the Bills that I could name all 4 of their wide receivers. When Warren Moon had Drew Hill, Hayward Jeffries, Ernest Biner, and Curtis Duncan. Like those, I loved a team with 4 really good wide receivers. So I always thought this Bills team, they could have a really interesting 4 wide receiver set that can make some noise. So
It's going to be Gabe Davis.
that's what I'm hearing in camp, but we can't see him, so we have no idea. Maybe it's just a smokescreen.
I'll call Joby.
Okay, yeah, call Joe. We should have him on. Maybe he could tell
Yeah.
us. So,
Couple months.
so I guess what I brought up wasn't interesting because you have nothing to say about it. So we'll just stop talking. All right, good. Bye, everyone. That's the end of the podcast.
All right.
Stop
Thanks for
listening.
listening, everyone. We're going to be back stronger than ever.
Yeah,
next
we'll be
week.
back to talk about games for the first time in a while. It's exciting. The season is starting. Get
What?
excited.
Everything you're saying
everyone.
is useless. No one's listening anymore.
That hurts.
I made them. all
Thanks
stop
for
listening.
listening, Sweeto.
I get paid per hour here.
Oh, hi. Is that how you say it in Irish? Isn't
Yeah.
that it? Oi?
I stopped recording.
All right.